right, Tyler, so we're here at your house, Cumberland, Rhode Island. So I want to know, like, what it was like for you growing up in Cumberland, Rhode Island, and kind of what you were like as a kid.
Typical suburban neighborhood, and I probably had 8 of my closest friends growing up, all lived in the same neighborhood. We were all in the same grade. So we were always in the gym, working out, always hanging out around the neighborhood, just doing whatever with my friends, playing outside, playing basketball outside, playing football outside. So
from where you came from to where you are now, like, what's it been like?
It's been, these past 4 or 5 years, time's flown. I mean, I had maybe 5 scholarship offers. Even coming out of high school, I didn't have much. I mean, my highest offers were the A-10, and I only had, 2 A-10s. URI, my hometown, they didn't even talk to me, not one time. They never saw me come play.
They didn't want you. Both local schools, again, Providence, 15 minutes away, and both of them never, not even a letter, nothing.
So it was actually funny. So Coach Blaney at Providence, he had actually liked my game, and I went over there and played pickup with their guys, and Cooley wasn't there. I played pretty well that day, and then he told me to come back again the next day. Cooley was there, Alpha Diallo was there, Nate Watson. I was on their team. I wasn't really getting the ball. I maybe got 2 or 3 shots.
Yeah.
And after the pickup, Cooley says to me, the only thing he says to me, he says, one word of advice, never take the ball out when you're playing pickup. That was the only thing he said to me. And it wasn't like, oh, good job, this, that. And so that's always stuck with me. And it's like, going in there, it's definitely that added motivation going into Providence, just knowing that, when I was transferring, they wanted me.
They did.
Yeah. So he had reached out when I entered the portal and stuff like that. But I just felt like, because I was right down the street. He used to play with my dad, everything like that. So
was it almost for you a little bit of proving to Providence? Like, hey, I'm not going there. I'm gonna go to Marquette.
Every time I come to Providence, it's the crowd's great, the atmosphere is great. All my family and friends are there, and even the Providence fans, they say they're not rooting for me, but I think,
secretly, some of them.
They got a little thing.
A little thing. They're rooting for them more than you, but no doubt. Your work ethic is legendary. I mean, I've talked to a bunch of coaches, and they all say the same thing. They're like, we had to try to keep them out of the gym. Where do you get that from, that drive?
I feel like it's just internal, and just wanting, to prove people wrong, and prove people that, I can do whatever it is you say I can't do.
Yeah.
I feel like that really motivates me.
Yeah.
I can show them what I'm doing, but they're never going to be as dedicated as I'm going to be.
So you have a really good year, freshman year at George Mason, and then Dave Paulson gets fired.
I was never planning on leaving.
Right.
He kind of let me be free my freshman year, really gave me the keys, and I flourished in his style. But yeah, it was sad when that happened, but I honestly say that might have been the best thing that happened in my basketball career. And I love Coach Paulson to death, and he's got another job now. I went up there to Holy Cross and hung out with him a little bit. Still talk to him to this day, but him getting fired was it kind of boosted my trajectory.
So you go to Marquette, and your first year is interesting. Shoot 28% from 3.
Yeah.
And am I right that the fans booed you? You were like 0 for 5. You had like 5 turnovers.
First play, I come off, throwback, steal, dunk. It's like, welcome to high major basketball, because now I'm just honestly really contemplating, like, do I love it? Do I like this?
Am I good enough? Are you thinking that too that day?
I go into some random bathroom in the Pfizer.
Yeah.
I'm on the floor crying after the game, because it's just like, I've never experienced these things in my life. Like, I've never been low in basketball before. Yeah. And so that kind of kicked off everything of, that whole season. That was, my worst season that I've ever had. And, basketball, you kind of let it spiral over. A lot of people that are really obsessed with the game let it spiral over into real life. Yeah. And so, like, started playing bad in basketball, and then that affects, everything else around you. So
So you come in last year, Big East Media Day. I think somebody picked you 9th, right? And I think you reacted with a word that I won't repeat here.
That's what I thought when I saw the poll.
But it's interesting because you didn't have a great year individually the year before, and to come out last year with that type of swagger, were you concerned at all that maybe after you said it, oh shit, what did I do?
Not really, because up until that point, I knew who I was.
Yeah.
Nobody else knew who I was.
Yeah.
My teammates, my coaches, my family, they all knew who I was. But it's kind of like reintroducing myself, and because I've always had that, not so much cocky mindset, but you got to live on that fine line of cocky and confident. It's never about me, and it's never I'm never I'm the best.
Yeah.
No, it's not that. It's the cockiness. It comes with the confidence, and it comes with through my work. So like you're saying, my work ethic just grows my confidence, and then that's where it kind of I gotta have an edge. I can't play this game without an edge and a fire inside me.
All right, give me your favorite Shaka story. Everybody's got one, right? I mean, his energy, especially when you're watching, it's a little bit different on and off the court, right? I mean, you see that energy on the court, and he can be pretty chill off the court at times.
The best thing about him is he loves his guys on and off the floor. When you're playing in the game, he believes in you so much more than you believe in yourself. Yeah. And I feel like that's what he kind of gives us, that added motivation, that added extra confidence that maybe some guys don't have. And I feel like that's really good in the coach.
What's going to be the biggest difference of this Marquette team from a year ago, do you think?
That's our culture. It's next man up.
Yep.
We're working. Everybody who was maybe behind on max or maybe didn't get as many minutes as they wanted to, they now have that opportunity to show what they can do. And everybody always talks about, you want to go into the portal and get guys. We have guys waiting. Yeah. It's their turn. It's next up. So it's not like we needed to go out and get somebody and bring them in to fill a need. No, we have those needs filled with the guys that are going to take the next step and take that next jump.
Well, I appreciate you inviting me into the home here, and we'll go out, and I got to check out the backyard. I got to check out the hoop.
Coming out here, I remember during COVID, we were always out here. You can't find a gym. Just coming out here and getting shots up.
Dad, all right, let's see his jumper. There we go. There we go. How far Tyler's come. Is it amazing to watch kind of the way his career has gone?
It is amazing when you go to some of the games and see where he's at. To see where he's at is amazing, but it's not anything that I didn't think he couldn't do.
Yeah.
Like when he played all the way up, he always had that in him, and it doesn't surprise me. And when he's out there, even his first year when he was at Marquette, if he wasn't shooting great, I was always expecting him to have a game where he's going to hit 6 threes, because he always did that his whole life. So it doesn't surprise me at all. Anything he's done, I know that he put the time in, and he's definitely capable. And it's amazing to see where he is, but I'm not surprised.
All right, before I leave, game of horse, the three of you?
We got to.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Oh, look at that. The brother, obviously. You gotta go ahead. What do you rip on him about?
Face.
Ooh, another one.
It's over. Another one in my bucket.